Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching my review of Diageo Whisky Chocolates. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. For Christmas I was lucky enough to receive these Diageo Whisky Chocolates. This is going to be a bit of fun. This isn't going to be a serious review like my other videos, but I'll try and put a semi-serious spin on it. These chocolates feature whiskies from the Diageo Classic Malts range, and they've got whiskies from Singleton, Dalwhinnie, Oban, Talisker and Lagavulin. If you're like me, you've probably had some sort of liqueur chocolates over the years, and they're all frankly a bit of a letdown. They all taste the same, they're all quite sugary and syrupy, and they don't even taste anything like the liquid they're based on. So apparently these are a little different. The only reason I know is because my wife has some whiskey cocktail chocolates from the same range, and they're completely different to liqueur chocolates that I've had in the past. So as I was fortunate enough to try those before these, and I thought these actually might be quite good, I thought I'd give it a stab on video. So if this doesn't go well, then well, I've had a bit of fun, and hopefully it's a bit of fun for you watching. So let's crack these open and see if they taste like the whiskey they're based on. Onto the chocolates. Right, so these are made by Anthon Berg, which are a Danish chocolatier which have an appointment to the Royal Danish Court. So obviously the chocolate's going to be good. I can assume that. But I don't know if the whiskey inside is going to taste like whiskey. So let's crack them open, and I'll start with the unpeated ones first, because obviously we don't want the peat to spoil our palate, and hopefully this isn't too messy. So first of all, you're seeing it as I'm seeing it. The presentation is pretty impressive. We've got a map of Scotland which shows where the distilleries are. We've got the different single malts which tell you a bit about their flavour profile, and we've got the whiskey chocolates themselves, and there's 10 of them, so we've got 2 of each, so that's quite interesting. Right, let's start with the Singleton 12. So apparently what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to open them upside down, because obviously they're bottle shaped. Open them upside down. They're very well wrapped. You're supposed to bite off the bottom of the bottle and then drink what's inside. I'll try and do this as well as I can, because I don't actually want to eat the chocolate before I try the liquid. So let's try and bite it off in a well, half decent fashion, and not look like I'm eating like an animal. So here goes. It's a bit messy. Well, on the nose, it smells like chocolate. Let's see what it's like on the palate. I'm not entirely sure that's whiskey. Tastes more like sugar syrup, but much more pleasant than I remember liqueur chocolates being. They're always crystallised and just, I don't know, tasted more like alcohol than they probably really were. But interestingly, that tastes more like sugar syrup and not like whiskey or alcohol, so that's interesting. I could finish it off and eat the chocolate, but for science sake, obviously I don't want to spoil my palate by eating the chocolate, we'll move on to the Dalwhinnie 15 and see what that's like. I like the way these have got the proper labels on them. They're quite cool. The presentation is excellent. The quality of the wrapping is excellent. I don't know where these came from, because I've never seen them before myself, but they are quite impressive. So I'll try this one. Right, here it goes. Tasted a bit more like alcohol, but still a bit too syrupy for my liking. I could go through all of these and they all just taste the same, but I'm hoping that the peated ones, especially like the Talisker and Lagavulin, do have some sort of character. So let's move on to the Oban 14. So obviously Oban is a Highland whiskey, but it's got some smoke to it. So hopefully this particular one will, well, taste of more than just sugar syrup. Fingers crossed. Here goes. Right, that one definitely tasted a bit more of alcohol and less of sugar, but it's still very sweet. I'm still not convinced. So this could be the most pointless video ever at this point. And let's move on to the Talisker 10. I could have done a side-by-side tasting. I've got several of these bottles in my collection, but obviously so far none of them have actually tasted anything quite like the originals, so there's probably no point doing a side-by-side comparison. Let's see if this one has any smoke to it. Right, here goes. That one did. That one was noticeably peaty. There's a real nice smokiness to that. Is it quite Talisker 10? No, but any whiskey drinker would identify that as peat smoke. That's that means at least one of them does have peat in. So I'm assuming these have the real whiskies in them, or in some shape or form, and therefore obviously some alcohol content. But leaving Lagavulin 16 till last, this one should be the most noticeable. So let's see what this one's like. Yeah, I think I can pick up peat on the nose, but mostly chocolate. Let's try it. Yeah, there's definitely sort of a hint of meatiness to that, but there's still that underlying sort of sugariness to the syrup. I think any whiskey aficionado that was given these as a present would be quite happy to accept them, but it's clearly a bit of a gimmick. There's not enough flavour in most of them to pick out the whiskies that they're based on. But for the Talisker and the Lagavulin, yeah, there's something there. So it's a bit of fun. I suppose, this was released at Christmas time. It's something that people can give as gifts, and it's quite common for people to enjoy chocolates and alcohol at Christmas. So yeah, it's a bit of fun, and I've got 5 more to get through another time. So I'll probably eat the chocolate, and yeah, here's to the next video. stauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.